And here is my very smelly coffee covered box. It's all over the top, literally all over the top, all down this side. I still keep laughing at the thought of my son chucking his coffee out and not even seeing the parcel was there. Twice he threw coffee all over it today without seeing the parcel. This I am actually very excited about. I hope I've got some decent sized pieces in here, but if I haven't, it was only £7, so I won't complain. I can already see some velvety nastiness in here. But I'm sure I can find somebody who'd like a bit of velvety nastiness. This really is scraps by the looks of things. So in all honesty, there's going to be an awful lot of this I'm not going to be able to use because I just don't do scraps. So potentially I'm going to be packing this back in the box and looking for somebody who wants scraps. So there's that scrap, and there's something that is, it actually tells you it's 100% cotton. Tiny little piece of that. Scarf size piece of crushed velvet. This isn't showing it's yeah, it stretches this way. It's not showing the true colour on there. It's more, I think I would probably call it plum. It's a pinkier purple than it looks on the film. It's actually really nice, but it's covered with labels, which I hope will peel off and not make a mess. But yeah, I mean, you could make a scarf with that if you like scarves. So I might find somebody who'd like that and who would make a scarf with it. I've got one of those ready-made dress pieces with the hole in it. Again, in that velvety stuff, but I mean, it's a nice colour, but I think I would probably just cut it straight down and edge it and make it into a scarf. Hopefully I can find somebody who likes scarves because I don't like scarves. Tiny, seriously tiny bit of melons. A bit of this stuff that I've bought, so you know, a little bit more of that. Quite cute, but again, tiny. I don't do patchwork, I don't do quilting, so they're probably not hugely useful to me. That's probably cotton, which I don't touch cotton because you have to iron it, so you know that's fine. I'll find somebody who wants these. This is rather nice, and it's a bigger piece, but again not huge. But you can make things with that amount of fabric. Not something that would fit me, but maybe a little something for my granddaughter. Don't know. This, look. I don't know. Don't know what I would do with that. Tiny piece of car. I think that's cotton as well. Might be polycotton, I can't remember. And I've seen it on the website. And it's pretty, but not much use. The only thing I might make with those is I've made scrap baskets that you can use to store stuff in, and they're quite good fun. This is sewn, so it's actually it's joined here. It's two pieces of fabric joined here. But I suppose you could, if you had the urge to make cushion covers, you know, that's definitely cushion covery sort of stuff. Another tiny little piece of something. Another tiny piece of purple something. I think, Carly, I think you got this in your box. You got a big piece of this, I think, judging by your description and what it looks like. So it's very sort of silky, floaty. It's nice. So if you need a bit to patch something, I've got a spare bit for you. This one, I know some people have had this recently, and I actually got a piece of that in my very first £30 mystery box, and I haven't done anything with it yet, so there's a little bit more of something for me to not do anything with. I like this. No use for it. I guess maybe scrunchies or ear warmers. It's cotton. I don't like cotton because you have to iron it. I may have said that already, and I expect I'll say it again on many occasions. I don't like cotton because you have to iron it. Chiffon. Thin scarf. Why not? Don't have a problem with that. I know somebody who wears scarves. I might just hem these all up and give them to her. Small piece of fabric with daisies on, and there's another piece of it which is a little bit bigger. See, clever people could make things with these. I haven't got a clue. Probably make a small person's skirt. It wouldn't make one for me, because although I'm short, I wouldn't describe myself as small. And that's quite possibly the smallest. I hope that's the smallest. Surely there can't be anything smaller than that. I'd have to say this is terribly exciting. Now that would make it's satin, I think, and with the colour of it, it would make fantastic undies. Be beautiful undies. This is, it's got writing all over it. It's a bit of stretchy, see-through something or other that definitely not any use, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that's another piece of exactly the same thing, although that's a bigger piece. I have no idea what I would do with them. I can see something down at the bottom that's exciting. I'm hoping these are going to get bigger as they get further down, and they're just sort of filled up with stuff. This is, again, it feels like cotton, although it's very thin. Can you get really thin cotton? I don't know. But it looks to me like it might be cotton. And again, it's just because it's cotton. Have to be ironed, I don't like it. Just me, because I'm lazy. Little piece of black, I'm thinking polyester. I need to just use my imagination, don't I? I have no imagination. I have a piece of holy gold, which, because it's got a hole slap bang in the middle, isn't even long enough to make a scarf. But it's the sort of thing that people would use as a trim, if only I could be bothered. Somebody's going to be asking me for scraps, and I'm going to be going, yeah, I've got loads for you. There's another piece of this. This one seems to have a sort of stripy edge to it. Anybody who's thinking of buying a £7 scrap box, this is not a good ad for it. Sorry. This is, it's stretchy. I thought this was the red polyester that they were selling ages ago for 50p a metre, but it's not, because it's stretchy. And that wasn't stretchy. There's enough there to make something. I don't know what, but there is enough there to make something. I have to kind of laugh at this, because I ordered this zebra fabric in orange, and they sent me the brown, and then they swapped it over, but they were determined that I would have some of the brown because they've sent me a piece of that. Again, it's a holy piece. So again, not really long enough. Actually, yeah, long enough for a scarf, maybe, if you don't want to wrap it around. I kind of wondered why they bothered. That's fleece. I mean, literally that. That. And just in case I didn't have enough of it, they've given me another piece of that by that. I hope you realise that I'm highly entertained by this. That is just nasty because I think it's wool and I don't do wool. But it's long enough to make a scarf. Maybe I'll make everybody scarves next Christmas. I made them all snarfs this year. Maybe I'll make them all scarves. Again, if that hasn't got a hole in it, that's going to be a lovely scarf, isn't it? Because they are just the right size. You know, they're the perfect size for making scarves. Infinity scarves or ordinary scarves. So I am quite pleased with some of these. Some not so much, but then what do you expect? And that, again, it's a scarf. And people need scarves at the moment, don't they? And another scarf. So, lots of scarves. I think that's probably the same satiny stuff that I had a little while ago, which again, it will be beautiful underwear, absolutely beautiful underwear. I've never made a camisole, I've never worn a camisole, but I'm kind of tempted now that I've got that, because I think it will be really nice. That is, I think that's a small piece of jersey, cream colour. It's got a bit of stretch that way and a lot of stretch that way, so I'm thinking that that is some sort of jersey. Sort of greeny colour scarf. Nice wide scarf. But again, you're not seeing the colour of that. That is literally the colour of an olive. It's not what you would call olive green, but it is the colour of an olive. This is becoming more interesting the further down I go. This is copper colour. It's a very pretty colour. Totally see-through. Very floaty. A big piece. You know, that's in 4, so it's probably a couple of metres maybe. So and you'd make something with it, but whatever you made would have to be lined. A lovely little piece of flowery cotton or polycotton maybe. That would make a little skirt for my granddaughter. It's pretty. This is a little piece of polyester. It's absolutely lovely fabric, but it's got polyester made in Indonesia and other bits of nonsense actually written on it in gold. So you couldn't do an awful lot with it, but it is, I mean, if you saw that fabric and you were thinking of buying it, I would definitely say yes, go for it. It's lovely. It is a bit see-through. But it's very, very nice. More of that white stuff that's got writing all over it. So it's probably not really any use. This is, wow, it's really shiny, and it's sort of aqua sort of green. It's very stiff as well. You can hear how stiff it is. I actually really like the feel of that, but I have no idea what you would make with something like that. I don't know what it is. This is a tiny smidge of the Pontoroma. Another wee smidge of cotton or polycotton. It's pretty, but there was another little bit of that. Slightly bigger piece of it. I don't make anything with cotton, so I have no idea what I would even do with that. Seriously bright green. That's really nice. I don't think it's big enough to make anything that would fit me, except maybe some knickers. Even then, I'm not sure if it's big enough to make knickers for me, to be honest. I think that's another bit of the coppery stuff. A little piece of cotton or polycotton. I think it's cotton, to be honest. It's pretty, but it's cotton, and it has to be ironed. I don't do cotton that has to be ironed. Somebody else got a piece of this. Nice big bit of England something or other. I think that is cotton. But yeah, you could make a couple of nice cushion covers for a boy for his bedroom if you had or a girl. I don't want to be sexist. If you had a football fan, you know, that's actually quite a nice bit. So, what have I got here? Yeah, a bit of something that's been joined together. It's shiny and floaty, and could possibly make knickers with that. Might be big enough to go around my butt, who knows? I mean, I think quite a lot of this would make underwear. Again, there's the brown zebras that they were determined I would have. Again, I don't know, could you make knickers out of this stretchy stuff? I have no idea. It'd be really embarrassing if you made them and they fell down when you're walking down the street. I have some of this already. Can't remember how much. But actually, when you've got a bigger piece of something, you get a little piece of that. Sometimes it's just what you need to finish off. And I actually really like that. It's purple on black and satiny sort of stuff. I'm about halfway through the box. I'm going to move these. And get on to the next bit. So that may be the bluey grey stuff that Carla was talking about from her pack. That I've already got a piece of that. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice feeling fabric. And maybe, do you think that might be a metre? Might be a metre. Yeah. And I already had a little bit of it. Tiny bit of black. I don't know what I would do with. Small piece of white. If I used handkerchiefs, I could cut it up and hem it and make handkerchiefs. Some flowery stuff, but it's a piece that's been joined in the middle, so it's just a very small piece. As I said, somebody who does patchwork could probably use that. Um, I've got some gift wrap ribbon, you know, the tie stuff you put on gift or attach balloons to, which is very nice. Piece of plain navy cotton, maybe polycotton sheeting, maybe. So I guess, do you use that for lining things? Maybe, I don't know. And I think that's another piece that could be black or it could be navy as well. I can't see in this light. Small piece of that. Oh look, they really were determined to give me this. But that, oh look, they love giving me the pieces with a hole in. I can't remember what that was for. Somebody said before what that hole was for and I've totally forgotten. Maybe you could remind me. Gold stuff. Scarf. Yeah. Nice gold scarf. That would be lovely, wouldn't it, as a scarf? I think I can probably make scarves because don't you have to do much? You just sort of hem both ends, don't you? Oh, look. Velvet with little diamantes on it. The green one that you can see through. The one that is literally completely see-through. But again, it's a scarf. I have a box of scarves and they make great presents, so I'm not complaining. I'm really not. I just highly entertained. I really like this. I do really like that. It is cotton, so I would never have bought it. But I like the aeroplanes. I have no idea what I would do with it. To be fair, I never have any idea. I listen to everybody opening their boxes and going, oh, this is going to make a beautiful evening gown, and this is going to make a beautiful this, and I'm going to make this and this and this and that. And I think, I'm just going to go and add this to my pile. I'll put it in my stash and I'll stroke it from time to time. A little bit of horse or unicorn. It's horses, isn't it? Horse jersey. I'm just wondering if, I don't know, if I made my granddaughter knickers and they fell down, she'd kill me, wouldn't she? But that is knickers, isn't it? That's what you would do with that. Look, I have a pink flamingo scarf, ready-made. I don't even have to sew the ends of that. I don't have to hem it. I don't have to do anything with it. I'll cut that little thread off the end. But that is, in fact, a scarf. I might even wear it to work tomorrow just for fun, because it's blooming freezing in my office. So tempting. Oh, good Lord. This is totally see-through. I really don't like the colour. I don't like peach, it's not my thing. I have no idea what I would do with it. I don't know what it is. There's no stretch and it feels nasty. It's a bit scratchy. I'm guessing it's some sort of upholstery fabric. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Blech. I have a small piece of cord. Corduroy, is it? Thin? Is that corduroy or is it something else? Is this needle cord? I don't know what needle cord is, but I know you all talk about it. It's sticky because it's got sellotape all over it. But again, that would make a little skirt for my little granddaughter, or possibly even make her a little pinafore. What I really, really, really need is for Maria to move in with me and turn all of these things into something magical, because I know she could. I don't know if you can read that, you could kind of just make a camisole with Lulu polyester written on the front of it, couldn't you? And just do it. That is big enough to make some sort of underweary type garment, and it feels really nice. Lovely shiny, but I love the feel of that shiny polyester. And there's also a small scrap of that as well, that, you know, sometimes that's all you need. Oh, I have to touch this and I don't want to. This is black velvet. Gives me the creeps. Yeah, black velvet would make a lovely little skirt for somebody little whose mother didn't have a thing about velvet, so she can't touch it. Lovely, it's stretchy. Stretchy black velvet. I'm still not at the bottom yet. What shall I pick out next? Okay. So I've got this fabric already, and I've chucked bigger bits of that in the bin. Oh, there we go. I think I've probably mentioned before that I don't really like scraps, and I did just buy this for fun. Look, I have a scarf. That's going to be a lovely scarf. It could probably be two lovely scarves, except that I can't cut straight. But that really would be a lovely scarf. It's a lovely shade of aqua. I like that. I do like it. I love bright yellow, but that is bright yellow. And again, it's very see-through. You can see my hand through that. And I'm not entirely sure what you would do with it, because not everybody loves bright yellow. It's a bit like an egg. That's another piece of underwear. The same one that I had earlier, I think. So again, I mean, if I could make underwear, that would, I've got a lot of underwear potential here. There's another bit of underwear potential. I've just got to go for, I'm going to have to try and make some underwear. That's the answer really, isn't it? Who got a big piece? There's Carly, you got some of this. I don't know why they've actually stapled that tiny strip onto it. It's stapled on, it's not a hole cut in it. I like that. It looks like another scarf. You'll have to tell me, what can you make with something that is... What width is this? Is it 1/2 metre? I have a 12-inch ruler here. So that is 30 centimetres. It's almost 60 centimetres. Maybe you know things that I could make with 60 centimetres of something that was really pretty. This totally see-through. What can I make with it? That's probably 45 centimetres. I'd love to be able to make something like these. I really would. I was clever enough to be able to work out how to do things. Even when I cut out patterns, I end up wasting a load of fabric because I'm absolutely rubbish at working out the best way to do it. This is that stuff I had earlier on that's stretched in both directions that I had no idea what you would do with. It feels a little bit weird. This is either cotton or polycotton. So that. Maybe I could just cut it all up and make disposable or non-disposable wipes. That is this very thin corduroy, or maybe needle cord if that's what it's called. I think it might be. So again, there is enough of that to make a little skirt. If I were the type of person who wore mini skirts, I could make a mini skirt out of that. But I'm not, so I won't. Don't worry, don't panic. I'm not going to make myself a mini skirt. Here's another ready-made dress with a head hole already built in. And that is that jersey ribbing? Is that what they call that? Because if it is, that's sort of making cuffs and things. So if I had something I needed to put cuffs and a waistband onto, I've got that there. This has things written on it, but none of them make any sense to me. Maybe it's a bit of muslin, I don't know. It's thin. It's boring. I've had that, but I think I had it in a different colour, and I rather liked it. But it's very narrow. It's 27 centimetres, and I don't know what you can do at 27 centimetres of something. Unless, I could make it into a scarf. I never thought of that. I'm very funny. I wish I was tiny butt. What pretty knickers you could get from this if you had a tiny butt. I'm nearly there, don't panic. Somebody unpacked this earlier on, it might have been Carla, I can't remember. It's nice, but I think it's cotton. Could be collie cotton, and it's see-through. And I don't like ironing, as you all know. If you didn't know before, you know now. And this is the very last piece. I did leave it to last just because it looked interesting. And I see a scarf. Although it'll be a very odd shaped scarf because one end is 40 centimetres and the other end is, so we've got a very wonky edge, the other end is 20 centimetres, but it sort of starts going wonky part way along. Now, I have to say some of it is fun, some of it isn't, some of it I have absolutely no use for at all, but it was a box of scraps. They said it was a box of scraps. It completely matches up to the description on the website, and I think there's underwear potential, there's scarf potential, there's, I don't know, people talk about making reusable wipes, so I guess those sort of things, you know, I could see myself making those. So £7, was it worth it? Absolutely, for the fun value I've got out of unpacking it, and I hope that some of you will get some fun out of watching me and listening to my comments. I do hope you enjoy this, and what I really need now is for Laura to inspire me or for Maria to move in. Either would be perfectly acceptable. I'm not going to ask Laura to move in because she'd bring her children, and I've got rid of my children. I don't need children. So Laura, I'm sorry, you can't move in with me, but you can certainly give me some great ideas if you want to. And I'm going to stop waffling now because I expect you're all bored to distraction. probably best not to watch to the end of this. Okay, bye.